Get ready for an earth-shattering tale. In November 23, Grindavik, Iceland's tiny fishing town with just 600 residents, hit a seismic snag when massive cracks started appearing in its ground after an earthquake. This was just the beginning, a domino effect that would lead to a volcanic eruption of epic proportions, spewing lava fountains 300 feet high into the sky. Since 2021, this area has seen not one, but two more eruptions, making it Iceland's seismic crisis hotspot. Buckle up as we take you through the facts behind Grindavik's dramatic transformation from peaceful haven to volcanic battleground. In the blink of an eye, Grindavik's serene landscape turned into a seismologist's dream come true, or nightmare. Between November 23 and the following week, Iceland's meteorological office recorded over 8,000 earthquakes, most of these epicenters hidden about 2 miles beneath the surface. As scientists dug deeper to identify the source, they stumbled upon a shocking truth. Svartsengi, a dormant volcanic system nestled just north of the coastal town, was stirring after centuries of silence. And the journey to this point wasn't a sudden awakening. It had been 3 years in the making, since 2020, when subtle signs hinted at its reawakening. It was these seismic shudders that marked the beginning of Iceland's volcanic frenzy, with Svartsengi taking center stage as one of many volcanoes to erupt across the island. As November 10 marked a seismic shift, the IMO's records showed an earthquake measuring 5.3 on the Richter scale, just one of the over 22,000 tremors felt beneath Iceland by this point. The ground was swelling with tension, and it seemed like only a matter of time before Mother Earth would unleash her fury, swallowing Iceland whole in its path. Amidst all this chaos, Grindavik found itself on shaky ground, literally. Built atop Sundanukar's ancient lava field, a volcanic field that roared to life 350 years ago, the town was situated at the heart of a long dormant crater, a constant reminder of nature's raw power beneath its surface. Grindavik was on high alert, its history written by fire and brimstone, a living testament to Sundanukar's unrelenting fury. As magma seeped into the town's fragile foundation, cracks began to surface, releasing pent-up steam that billowed like angry clouds. In this pressure cooker of chaos, officials called for immediate evacuation, sending Grindavik's residents fleeing for safety. The nearby land in Svartsengi started to heave and sink like a restless beast awakening from slumber. 4 days after the seismic jolt, sulfur dioxide began to seep into the atmosphere, a telltale sign that Sundanukar was readying its next move. Buckle up, folks, because this is where things take an unexpected turn. While everyone breathed a collective sigh of relief, thinking the worst was behind them, little did they know, Sundanukar had some more tricks up its sleeve. The chilling grip of the Earth's icy crust had seemingly contained 90% of that fiery fury. But officials soon realized this was just a brief reprieve, not a guarantee of safety. As seismic activity slowly dwindled and life began to return to normal, the Blue Lagoon geothermal spa even reopened its doors on December 17, giving locals and tourists alike a chance to unwind amidst the serene beauty of the surrounding landscape. But as we all know, in the world of volcanoes, nothing's ever as calm as it seems. Hold on tight, because December 1st marked a turning point. Although it seemed like Sundanukar was taking a breather, magma right at its core remained hot and hungry for action. All it needed was a bit more fuel to unleash an explosive fury. As GPS data revealed, by the start of that pivotal month, ground levels had surged past their pre-earthquake state. It became clear that the 5.3 magnitude quake on November 10th had recklessly pushed molten rock into less stable storage units. Meanwhile, at Svartsengi, we witnessed a terrifying sight. Just as it did in Grindavik, magma started to sneak its way into the dikes below, painting a chilling picture of what was yet to come. The clock was ticking, and Iceland's luck wasn't about to change anytime soon. The Svartsengi geothermal power station in the vicinity had been cleared out as a precautionary measure. Its employees were now operating it from a safe distance, keeping the lights on through remote control. But despite their efforts, there was one crucial service they couldn't provide: hot water. Life was eerily quiet in these parts now. The only hint at human presence came from the distant hum of the Svartsengi power station's backup systems. But for how long? Authorities had to think ahead, knowing that the temporary relocation wouldn't last forever. The real concern lay with the power plant itself, a crucial lifeline for nearly 100,000 Icelanders who depend on electricity for warmth in the unforgiving climate near the Arctic Circle. If lava threatened the station, disaster loomed, and authorities were well aware of it. In preparation, barriers had been strategically set up around areas like Grindavik to hold back the impending danger. a delicate dance between nature and human resilience. Time was running out for these communities as the earth began to shatter from within. Over 2 miles of land started tearing apart with alarming speed at Sun Nuker. The ground cracked open, unleashing a rapidly growing fissure just feet away from molten magma, its intense heat seeping through tiny crevices. This enormous pressure had to find release somewhere, and it zeroed in on Hagafell, the most vulnerable spot along the fault line. It was only a matter of time before this natural dam would burst, sending life-threatening lava pouring into the unsuspecting landscape above. December 18th, 10:17 p.m. marked the moment of truth for Hagafell, 2 months after Iceland's seismic alarm bells went off, signaling the Earth's intense unrest. As magma built up beneath its surface, this once tranquil landscape was about to be turned upside down. The wait ended with a bang as fountains of lava burst forth from the ground, catapulting molten rock 300 feet into the air before descending in a spectacular display of fiery rain. With the Earth's dam finally breached, magma poured out at an astonishing rate of nearly 200 cubic meters per second. The eruption's sheer scale was breathtaking, its towering columns visible from Reykjavik, over 25 miles away. Chaos erupted at Keflavik Airport, Iceland's largest, as flights were indefinitely grounded. Just a day after reopening, the Blue Lagoon spa had to hastily close its doors once more. As Iceland struggled to process this natural disaster, a new wave of concerns swept over the nation. The IMO sounded the alarm bells once more, now focusing on the lava flow's menacing trajectory. A helicopter was sent by the Icelandic Coast Guard to assess the situation closely, and what they found only heightened anxiety. The molten rock was indeed moving relentlessly towards Grindavik. This wasn't just a threat to the town. The Svartsengi power plant, which provided electricity to a substantial part of the country, stood perilously close to the lava's path. The prospect of widespread blackouts loomed large and ominously, with no clear end in sight. And then, something else began to spread, a haze of smoke and ash that could be smelled as far as 20 miles from the eruption site, signaling that this was just the beginning of an ongoing ordeal for Icelanders. As the clock ticked down to 24 hours, panic gripped Icelanders with toxic volcanic gases soon engulfed Reykjavik. The country came grinding to a halt as the nation teetered on crisis mode. A gaping fissure near Hagafell unleashed molten lava, eerily named Hellfire, sending shockwaves across the nation. But that was only half the concern. Volcanoes rarely act alone. Their activity often follows a pattern. If Iceland's recent history was any indicator, more eruptions could be on the horizon, potentially rendering the entire region uninhabitable. The future looked bleaker by the minute for Icelanders, who were caught in this natural disaster's vortex with no escape route in sight. But on December 21st, Icelanders held on to hope as the situation started shifting. The Institute of Earth Sciences announced that fresh lava flow from the eruption site had finally ceased. Seeing this as a beacon of change, the residents of Grindavik felt it was time to make their way back home. However, the IMO cautioned against premature celebrations, emphasizing that they couldn't declare the eruption officially over just yet. The danger wasn't completely eliminated. As January unfolded, Grindavik residents found some semblance of normalcy, with 40 families daring to return home amidst the fiery landscape. It was a Christmas and New Year unlike any other, an ocean of fire advancing towards them as they decorated their homes. The government responded by deploying extra barriers on January 2nd to safeguard the town from the creeping lava field. If things went in favor, it could cool down before reaching Grindavik's borders. But for a brief moment, hope flickered. Little did everyone know that the IMO's ominous predictions would soon come true. As scientists were busy reinforcing barriers around Grindavik, GPS data started painting an unsettling picture eerily similar to what happened right before Hagafell erupted. The IMO reports point towards another potential volcanic event on the horizon, and although this time the seismic activity is a bit farther away from Grindavik, it still has everyone on high alert. The experts predict that if magma does rise to the surface, it would take several days. However, we've all witnessed how volcano predictions can go awry when an ancient giant stirs back to life after centuries of silence. With 3 eruptions in just 2 years, it's no wonder many are questioning what might be on the cards next for this region. Hit that like button if you're as hooked on Iceland's volcanic drama as we are, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button to stay in the loop with all the latest updates from Mother Nature's awe-inspiring fire shows. Your thoughts on what might be brewing in Grindavik? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your theories.